$1.8 billion awarded to home sellers after the jury, who deliberated for just 3 hours, finds conspiracy among realtors and several brokerages.
This lawsuit is an antitrust lawsuit where they were saying the seller didn't have to pay the buyer's commission. 2 of the major real estate firms settled, 2 went to battle, and NAR went to battle, and they lost. And they were awarded $1.8 billion with a B dollars as the verdict.
Who? Home sellers?
These home sellers in this case.
In the class action
In this
lawsuit.
class action lawsuit. Huge.
How many people are in that?
The attorneys are going to be the real winners. Let's just be blunt with this.
Yeah.
And I actually don't know. This is the crazier part. Because those damages are based on a type of a verdict, it actually means they could be awarded triple damages, which in this case would be $5.3 billion. So basically, the jury went and deliberated. They said, yep, there's a conspiracy, but it was short. I was asked by a friend about this, Sean Cannell, one of our friends. We spoke right before this. He goes, hey, what do you think about it? And I said, hey, a couple things. Whenever a market appreciates rapidly and then the economy changes, people look for fingers to blame and say, it's not my fault, it's someone else's. Okay, so that's part of this. 2, like I said in the 6% is dead episode, I think we are still going to have a decoupling of commissions. And I think that's fine. I think there's a lot of fear associated with this in my industry. So if you go on a real estate Facebook group right now, there's posts about this and they've got 500 comments, 700 comments, lots of fear. Don't be fearful. Change is inevitable. Change is a certain, right? What's going to happen is the decoupling of commissions. There may not be a buy-side commission. Who's really winning here? Attorneys. Let's go to a conspiracy theory for a second and really follow the money. So yeah, I get it. In this lawsuit, attorneys are winning. But who really wins if the average consumer now has to pay for their own representation instead of getting it from the seller? It's now cost them more. So let's just say they were going to get an FHA loan. It was 3.5%. And now they have to pay their own commission too. So they have to have the 3.5%. They got to have the 3% to pay the agent, or maybe 1% or 2%, depending on what it is. Plus, they have to have about 2 to 2.5% in closing costs. Does that help home buyers or does that hurt home buyers? It massively hurts home buyers, especially first-time home buyers, especially people with lower income, lower credit, and possibly even hurts minorities worse. So then what does it do? Well, once again, let's follow this conspiracy. Well, then it forces more of them to be renters. So who benefits the most of more of our nation being renters? Well, to be honest, stupid hedge funds. Hedge funds that control, we're talking the Invitation Homes, the American Home Partners, those people, those big funds that control tens of thousands of properties. And of course, the small mom and pop landlords too. I own properties, I'm for being a landlord. I'm not for things that have the potential to possibly destroy parts of the middle class and make it harder for them to rent. Now, once again, I said I'm already okay with the decoupling of commissions. I think what's going to happen is your professionalism will rise inside of the real estate industry. I think buyer's agents will have to clearly articulate the value that they're delivering. And some agents will make more and some will make less. And there'll just be less agents. And that's okay. One of the other things to think about here is I don't want this to create fear for buyers. And I don't want this to create fear for real estate agents and real estate brokers. Every time we have a disruption of an industry, it always creates opportunity. So if something gets massively disrupted and pushed to one side, it creates a whole new opportunity over here. Example that all of us know and love. Taxis existed, cell phones existed, GPS existed, apps existed. Uber comes in and starts disrupting the taxi industry. Is Uber providing a better service than probably most taxi services? Yes, it's convenient. Is it sometimes, though, more expensive? Definitely. Okay. So that is what I think is going to happen, but that created massive opportunity for Uber. So if that's what's happening in real estate and commissions, get decoupled and rates move up and down, and rates have always been negotiable. I'm doing a deal right now and it's a flat rate on the listing side and it adds up to like maybe 1.2, and it's a big deal. It's a big multifamily deal. So this idea that a conspiracy has happened and all commissions are 6% is, in my opinion, a little bit ludicrous, just because I don't see commissions always being 6%. I find it sad because I think the people who are really going to win here are attorneys and property owners, and specifically big hedge funds, because this is just going to make it harder for people to buy, which forces more people into rents.
So buyers pay their agents if they want an agent in this process, because the seller's not.
The seller currently pays buyer's agent commissions.
But not in this case if this all plays out.
That's the uncertain part.
The way I look at it is if the buyers have to pay their agents through their loans potentially or out of pocket, and the sellers only have to pay their own agents, agents don't lose, but you're saying there's a potential for maybe lower commissions.
There's a potential for maybe lower commissions, but there's also a potential for that buyer not being able to afford representation. Smash the like button, hit subscribe. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, watch this one too.